Great news. It's not the signing of Eze yet, but it's the signing that many fans thought would never happen. The player that everyone was saying was destined to leave, the player that they said that if Ange Postecoglou leaves, then Djed Romero will be leaving. Well, he's not leaving. He's signing up. According to Fabrizio Romano, Djed Romero has agreed to sign a new deal at Spurs, all done and sealed. And he made that decision back in June, having spoken to Frank. Guys, never seen him happier. Many of you were talking about him, the fact that he was walking around smiling. I've never seen him that happy. We didn't know why. Obviously, we can speculate that maybe the thought that he was going to get the captain's armband, but it was obviously much more than that. The knowledge, as Fabrizio Romano said in June, that he decided he was going to stay with Spurs. Not sure of the exact terms, but I would have thought that he would go on to become the highest paid player at Tottenham Hotspur. When you look at the amount of money that's being spent on centre-backs right now, 50, 60 million pounds for players that, are, in my opinion, don't hold a candle to Djed Romero, then this is like, in my opinion, a 70, 80 million pound signing. He's going nowhere. He's going to lead this club. And with Mickey van der Ven by his side, are we going to have another Toby and Jan Vertonghen partnership to lead us at Tottenham for the next few years? That would be fantastic news. The other news dropping is that Jed Spence has signed an extension to his contract, new contract, bigger wage, longer contract, and he's set to remain at Spurs. Again, who thought that would ever happen? With Ange Postecoglou dropping him, well, not playing him, dropping him from the Europa League Cup side for the first few games, for the first groups games. Then I remember going down to Coventry to watch him play in his first game in the Carabao Cup against Coventry, only to find out that he wasn't going to start, and he came on. Archie Gray started instead of him, and he only came on for Destiny Udogie when he got injured at half-time. And Jake came on and got the goal, that late goal that got us back into that cup. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be there. And then what happened? Ange Postecoglou decided when Destiny got injured that he would take the credit for bringing Jed back into the fold and making him the player that he was. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to accept that. Jed Spence was always there, was always the player waiting to go. He's a absolute quality right back, playing at left back, and we've seen he's pocketed Saka, he pocketed Kvaratskhelia. The guy it's almost impossible to get past him, and he's going to make it difficult for Destiny Udogie to walk back into that team. But what a great asset to have two players, on that left-hand side, and also the ability for Jed Spence to be able to flip over onto that right side. A few people have said he's not as good now on the right as he was on the left, but when you've been playing on that left for such a long time, you need 5 or 6 games to get back into the run of it. So it's fantastic to see him bombing down that left-hand or right-hand side. Do feel that he needs someone else on that left-hand side to pair him with. Brennan Johnson didn't look great with him on the weekend. It was the weaker side of the two. But it's great news. But Djed Romero is the one. He's just a born winner. He's a born winner. A lot of people have gone on about he only wants to turn up, when it suits him. He's only interested in playing for Argentina. I mean, he's going to be future captain of Argentina. I don't think there's any doubt about it when Messi retires. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why Lionel Messi says that he's the greatest defender in world football. Many Spurs fans will disagree. Yes, he's had his moments. Yes, he loses his head from time to time and makes mistakes. But don't all defenders make those mistakes? But I think for Spurs, this is such fantastic news. He's a leader on the pitch. We saw in that final in Bilbao when he got inside Harry Maguire's head. And he turned the game. He won that game with some of his antics there. And also, you know, at half-time, when the Man United players went off the pitch, he called everyone round into a circle, into a huddle. And he was the leader on that pitch that night. And we need leaders. You know, unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be against PSG. But to have this guy at this club for the next few years is a great thing. Yes, we're going to have to manage his injuries. When we signed him from Atalanta, when he was Italian Defender of the Year, he has this sort of muscle condition which needs to be monitored and looked after, which I'm sure this new medical team will be capable of doing. It's just an exciting time now. All we need now probably is some bombers, some real signing bombers like Eze, which I feel will happen. It's not going to be easy, but I think we'll get it over the line. Savinho's obviously a lot more difficult. But I believe that Djed Romero has been told that the club has ambition, because I think that his issue with us as a football club was that we weren't showing enough ambition. And if you looked at last season's signings, you know, signing a lot of young kids, that didn't smack of ambition. They weren't, you know, stand-up signings. Signing Eze, signing Kudos, bringing in Paulinho shows intent. And I think he's picked up on that fact, which is why obviously he's more interested in signing. And also probably the fact that he's with a manager now who's hands-on, who's tactically astute and is leading him through the process of what he wants to do. I mean, we've seen the two of them in deep conversation off the pitch, pre-season and off the pitch. And some of the defensive routines that have been going on, the defensive blocks and everything, it just shows that defence is going to be on a higher level. I think Ange Postecoglou had a total disregard for defence, and as a defender, that's upsetting. And, you know, anyone as proud as him conceding 63 goals is going to eke at him. And I think the fact that, as I said before, as Thomas Frank has said time and time again, great teams begin at the back with a clean sheet. That would have been music to his ears. And I think that, you know, that would have been one of the reasons for him potentially signing on for this new contract. But I think this is the start. Two big signings in a day. Let's celebrate that, and the fact that probably Eze is going to drop, and good times ahead for Spurs. Come on, you Spurs.